They said NASA lies and gravity's fake. Claim boats disappear cause of camera shake. They got memes, not models, and vibes, not proof. You'll do your research from the mom's spare room roof. They file fake claims with a smug little grin, then rage when the facts start setting in. It's not deep thought, it's just deep dirt. Another brain cell lost to sovereign smirk. If you're a scammer, a grifter, we're coming for you. Deep box and the mighty zoo crew, with the drunk debunk show and unfornicated science denial is eviscerated. Derplings assemble. Tonight's the night. Stand up for the little guy. Fight for what's right. Got truth in our pocket and fire in our eyes. Debunkers unite. Watch stupidity die. They sell fake hope wrapped in legalese. Charge a fee just to set you free. Sign this form, reclaim your soul, while they laugh it up at the tax loophole. With words like equity and sovereign claim, but it's just a scam wrapped in a fancier name. They preach from pulpits made of PayPal gold, then vanish when the subpoenas unfold. If you're a scammer, a grifter, we're coming for you. Deep box and the mighty zoo crew, with the drunk debunk show and unfornicated science denial is eviscerated. Tonight's the night. Stand up for the little guy. Fight for what's right. Got truth in our pocket and fire in our eyes. Debunkers unite. Watch stupidity die. We stumble through shadows, feel outnumbered and bruised. Every punch they throw, we wear like a true tattoo. But the fire still burns in every reply. We get back up swinging cause facts never die. If you're a scammer, a grifter, we're coming for you. Deep debunks and the mighty zoo crew, with the drunk debunk show and unfornicated science denial is eviscerated. Tonight's the night. Stand up for the little guy. Fight for what's right. Got truth in our pocket and fire in our eyes. Debunkers unite. Watch stupidity die. If you're a scammer, a grifter, we're coming for you. DP debunks and the mighty zoo crew, with the drunk debunk show and unfornicated science denial is eviscerated. Derplings assemble. Tonight's the night. Stand up for the little guy. Fight for what's right. Got truth in our pocket and fire in our eyes. Debunkers unite. Watch stupidity die.
Yes, let the stupidity die, everybody. Die, die, die. I'm going to get demonetized because I said die heaps just then. But it's fine. How the hell? Oh, look, we forgot to turn the camera on. Hey. Awesome. Bloop. 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 Ah, hello. Awesome. I knew it all went too well. Too well indeed. Hey folks, it is I, your old mate DP. Second time today, or tomorrow, or yesterday. I don't know where you are. I know where some of you are in the world. I'm not there. I'm here. So we're in different places. Hence the confusion. But welcome to the Debunkatorium, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Who the hell do we have in? Let's do the run of the board. Angry Penguin AQ is here. Delicious. Illusion is here. Tori Hanzo has been a member for 3 months, and you can't spell Debunkatorium without Tori. Lindsay Bow, Emma. Hey Emma. Sorry, it's not a rusty stream, but it's the next best thing. It's me. If need be, I can lick my own nards. I can't do that. I'm not flexible enough. Big Fish is here. Foxworth Kerman is here. Joe Black is in the hizzy. I already said Foxworth Kerman. You don't get to. Dana Man, you kind of did get to Foxworth. Great. Now I've got to say everybody's name again. Bobby T is here. Oh no, it's Andy. Monkey Cat Pat Pat also here. F Garood, fuck you. And I think that's pretty much everybody. Welcome along, everybody. Good to have you here. My neck is itchy. My beanie's making my neck itchy. Oh my goodness gracious, everybody. Do we have a show in store for you. A lot has been happening today, none of which is any of your business. So there's that. First of all, I don't have any news on the Ratzoid front because fuck that guy. So other than me saying that, we're just not going to talk about it today. Is that cool with everybody? Also, nothing really to report on the dipshit front for Witsit. So I'm not going to talk about that either. And I'm not going to talk about... Oh, actually, we are. We are going to talk about the channel formerly known as Matters Now. And then we'll get into the good stuff. 17k now they've hit, still just with the 8 videos. We've added some more subscribers, a couple hundred more. As you can see, 100 subscribers off 127 views is impressive. No new video, dodgy as all get out. Nothing's changed there. If you're subscribed to Matters Now, or if you ever were subscribed to Matters Now, that channel has become this derp fest. Go to your subscriptions in YouTube, unsubscribe from Earth Climate, or the channel will show up as Earth with this stupid logo. Get rid of it and subscribe to Yerba Mate Talks. Yes, that is what you want to do. And if someone who's got a wrench, which is most of you, can be kind enough to drop a link to Yerba Mate Talks in the chat for people to go to and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, on to the good stuff. Boom, the fundraiser for Melodome's telescopy is done, closed, complete. I don't have to hassle you anymore to throw money at it. So, you know, that's a nice thing. So I need to turn off that one. Gone. We've got free real estate on the screen. I'll do it on the next page as well. 2,752 schmackaroos raised across the board for Melodome to purchase a hydrogen alpha telescope. So the one that's pictured and the one we've been raising money for isn't the one he's going to get. Costs slightly less, but he's very happy with the selection. I'll confirm with Jaren today that the fundraiser was ending. As you can see, this campaign has ended and is no longer accepting donations. I found out, like, as I went there to drop another 20 bucks on, I got the message back from Jaren and was like, oh, that's weird. It's not letting me type in the box. That's a bit odd. And then Jaren was like, yeah, I'd shut it down. So, yeah, that's the thing. So I don't have to hassle you to give money to Melodome anymore, and I can close this tab and we're done. So you can all get off my ass about that one. Not that any of you were at all, and you've all been incredibly supportive of that. Some more than others, but it's not a competition. I know a bunch of you were sharing the link and everything else. So on behalf of Jaren and Melodome, thank you to everybody who contributed in big ways or small ways. It's made a huge difference. We've done something very cool for a very cool person who got out of Flat Earth. And you know what we do when someone escapes Flat Earth? Even though we pimped him out and gave him the song last night, you bet your sweet ass we're going to do it again. Melodome's getting a new telescope. Why is he getting a new telescope? Because we flipped a flatty.
They once said the earth was flat, can you believe they thought that? But now they've seen the light, and man, it feels so right. They stopped acting dense, and started making sense. No more talking batty, we're flipping a flatty.
Come on!
The flatty.
You mean that DM, Tori? That one? You want to see if I show that one? This one here? Is that what you want to check? Is that what we're talking about? Checking that one? Yes. Yes, I'll show it. It's a thing of beauty. Well played. I'm going to hit the button again because it's working. Round of applause for Tori Hands, everybody. Getting all up in Ironwork's face. He's not wearing a robe. You can't see his man boobs. I love that he's got a globe projection on his wall and a globe. That is awesome, and something to do with the CIA up here. So, you know, that's weird. Anyway, well played, sir. Well played. Right. I'm going to have to check out the replay of that stream, aren't I, if you were LARPing as a flatty. That It's glorious. But well done, Melodome. I hope the telescope's awesome. I can't wait to see what content you put out with that bad boy. And if you need a hand at all, there's probably people way more able and qualified to do that. But if I can help at all, let me know, because I'm happy to. And with that, my friends, we bid farewell to our long-time sponsor, which isn't really a sponsor, but you get the idea. We're going to let it fade away into the distance, because job done. And now I've got to reorganize all my overlays and find something to fill in that gap. If you're aware, ladies and gentlemen, of a really good cause like a fundraiser or a charity or something that everybody can help out with, by all means let me know, either via Discord, somewhere on the Discord server, it doesn't matter where, I'll find it, or a DM, or shoot me an email, oldmatedp@gmail.com, and yeah, maybe we'll whack it up on the screen, or I'll use that space to promote my own crap. Why not? But not the merch, because I don't really care. Speaking of, everybody, the Discord server, as we discussed last night, the Zoo Crew logo derp-off voting is live! Live! We finally did it! Yes! Yes! You can vote for your favorite Zoo Clue. Let's all get into Zoo's Clues. Good Lord. This is what we're talking about over here. Zoo Crew logo derp-off voting exclusive to DP's Debunkatorium. That would be moi. So you've got 11 to choose from, technically 10. These two are both by tiles, and we've consolidated them because of limitations on Discord for a poll, which is really annoying. I said poll. We got this guy, we got this guy, that one, that one, that one, that one. There's a wealth of options, an embarrassment of riches, as it were. And all you got to do, right, is when you've picked one, you click on the little thing next to it. See how it's got all the numbers? I've made this really easy for everybody, I hope. Okay. These, in case you're a flatty watching and you want to vote, you totally can. Because you can be part of the Zoo Crew too. These are numbers, okay, in the top right corner. We use those to count. Sometimes they're included in measurements, and I know you flatties don't really dig that. But those are numbers, okay? So you see here, the number 3 for Still City JW. If you like that one, and you might if you're a flat earther, because it's got lots of bright, pretty colors and some animals and stuff, and some poo. There's some poo there, so that might be up your alley. But if you dig in that and you wanted to vote for it, then you go down to the bottom. So you just scroll down, and then you find the number that's the same shape as the one on the picture, okay? And you'll notice these squiggles here are the same as the name up on that post, okay? So you just find the shape that matches, click on the little circle, and then you click vote. And that's how you do that, okay? I might make a video to help you out with that in the next few days, all right? If it's too complicated, but you can always ask for help on the server. Everybody will be happy to help. They're a friendly bunch. But yeah, I might make an instructional video because I'm starved for content at the moment, and that can kill a couple of minutes. Plus, I think it'd be funny. Come on, who wouldn't love to see an instructional video for flat earthers on how to vote like I just did? That would be great. All right, that's officially going to be a thing now. Awesome. Awesome sauce. I want to test something. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here, and I'm going to grab this guy since I'm on the viewing screen. And what I need to do is see if the audio is going to play and how, because I want it to come through the capture card, and we'll see what happens. This is from Conspiracy Music Studios, by the way. Ratsoid's Web of Lies. You should subscribe to Conspiracy Music Studios. It says so over there. Well, it doesn't say so, but it's got the channel logo. You should totally subscribe to Conspiracy Music Studios. So let's see if this works and if I can hear it. I can, but I think I'm getting some wicked delay.
Oh, good. Good. 11 frames, I cut them clean. The capsule drop where it shouldn't be seen. It hit behind, the curve exposed, but I trimmed the
Yeah, I
truth
think
so
I'm
it
getting
wouldn't
mad
show. Slowed it down, made the edit tight. Now it looks like it touched the light in real time. Yeah, they're all in play, but all the frames were shown, I say. Gotcha. Sunrise tests, yeah, I messed those up. 13 shots, all directions rough. Now I claim they were all the same. Rewrite the truth, play the
Staticky?
game.
Alright.
Told my friends 1,000 tales. PJ Roger watched me bail. Saints view roof, just a light. Said it was the sun, felt so right. Oh, I lie all the time, I can't keep track.
Try this.
Step forward, 10 lies back. Say with the grin. Surprised I'm tangled deep in my web.
That ain't working. Well, that's a problem. I might have to change chords. Stand by, kids. Gotta go under the desk. La 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 la. Bugger. Hey, Dave McKeegan. Sounds like you're listening through a revolving door. Okay. Properties. Capture card monitor off. Output. That down. All right. Let me know how this sounds. It's not even working. Hold up. Look. Are you fucking serious? Now I've got no audio coming through. Stand by.
Dichotomy, none of it exists. Rendered skies, unreal's glow, but I'll still claim it's real, you know.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that should sound like shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's having some issues. Haven't come through at all now, is it? Brilliant. Properties. Yeah. That.
I lie all the time, can't keep 'em straight. Truth gets blurry when I fabricate. Say it with the
How's that? That should be better. Cool. Let's finish the song. Sorry, Conspiracy Music Studio, for ruining the song.
smirk, then deny. Dancing alone in my web of lies. Yeah, I lie all the time like it's a trend. Truth's just a tool I twist and bend. Caught in a trap I design. Web of lies, my piece of pawn. I'm not gonna play in the flat earth arena anymore. Let them talk, let them twist. They always lie, they always misrepresent. But wasn't that your line first? If you're a flat earther, just ignore them all.
Dayton loves it.
Starve the critics. Starve the truth. Starve yourself.
I don't know what the Aussie accent is, McKeegan. It's got to be worse, right? There you go. Apologies, Conspiracy Music Studios, but I needed to test that for everything we've got coming next. Welcome along, everybody. Yes, you can all mark off scuffed audio on your Dirt Ventures bingo cards, which are going to exist 100%. They need to. Right, that's all done. I wanted to show you all this because, ladies and gentlemen, the first images from the Vera Rubin Observatory have been released. If you don't know what the Vera Rubin Observatory is, what the ever-loving fuck is wrong with you? It is a massive new telescope that lives in South America, and it is going to completely map the southern skies every night for the next 10 years. It is like the largest digital camera ever made, and it is going to be fantastic, and it is going to make flatties cry, and I can't wait. Monkey Cat Pat Pat dropped 5 depunkerships into the chat, and I completely missed it because I was under my desk. So Arc 500 got one of them. Curious UK Debunks got one. That's awesome. Martin H got one. John Suffel got one. Samuel Robotham, I was only kidding, got one as well. What a name. That is great. I was hanging out in Curious UK Debunks chat this morning, and it was a fun time, and it kind of inspired tonight's stream. The next bit. Anyway. So... Look at this. Look at this. I just burped in all your ears. You're welcome. Clouds of gas and dust comprise the Trifid Nebula, pink and blue cloud, top right. That is a nebula right there. And the Lagoon Nebula, that is one of the first images from the Vera Rubin Observatory. Again, awesome. More ultra high definition images and videos will be released as part of a bigger unveiling at 1 a.m. Tuesday. That is tomorrow morning, just after midnight, my time. I'm thinking I'll sleep for a couple of hours, get up and watch that because I am so excited for this thing. A stunning nebula and a sky dotted full of bright stars and dancing galaxies are in the first set of 3 images released by the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, the ground-based telescope. This telescope is on Earth. It's here. It's on the planet, which uses the world's largest digital camera, promises to revolutionize entire fields of astronomy with its wide angle and powerful lens. What else we got? One of Rubin's early pictures is of the Lagoon and Trifid nebulas, 2 huge regions of interstellar gas some 5,200 and 9,000 light years away in the constellation of Sagittarius. The image is a composite built from 678 different pictures, so fake, captured over a 7-hour period. Jonty Horner said the nebulas are one of the jewels of the night sky that amateur astronomers often turn their telescopes towards. I had a look at it last year through my telescope. It didn't look like that, but it was still sweet. Jonty Horner, by the way, from the University of Southern Queensland. The detail was breathtaking. That is the Trifid Nebula, which can be seen in the constellation Sagittarius. It inhabits a portion of the sky close to the center of the Milky Way. Just look at that. Look at it. Come on. If you're a flatty and you're crying fake, something is wrong with your brain. That is fucking amazing. Look at it. Yes, it's stacked. It's 600 pictures. It's a 7-hour exposure. But come on. So fucking cool. While other big telescopes can achieve this level of detail, Professor Webster said they can't do it with the wide angle Rubin enjoys. Got the depth of a big telescope with a very big field of view. It's very exciting. I'll say amateur photos can pick up the bright clouds of hydrogen of the Lagoon Nebula seen here in pink, but the orange dust needs a powerful telescope to spot. And what a picture that paints. Just these tendrils and I love it. I love it. Mikey Smith, learn to use your gear. You won't be able to see this stuff. Do you know why? Because you suck and your gear's not built for it. There's lots of stars in the pink areas, and those are hot young stars. Yes, super hot. Mega hot. But what sets Rubin's imagery apart is the orange regions around the nebulas. Professor Webb said the orange lightly indicates dust, but she's not seen an image like it before. That is not surprising, but you don't normally see at this large scale. What's McKeegan got? Let me check this out. Copy link address. And who's this from? I want to see something with trigger flares. Look at this. The ESA released 2 days ago. Yeah! Summer solstice, baby! It's Africa right there. 1 image a day, June 2024 to June 2025. That is a year's worth of stuff. That's awesome. Thanks for popping that in, Dave. Hell yeah! It's not CGI, flatties. They're the pictures you can get with the geostationary satellite snapping shots of the planet. You just 1 picture a day stitching together. It's called a video. Maybe you've heard of it. Hell yeah. But we're not done with sexy Vera. She's a sexy lady. The Virgo cluster. Yeah. The other 2 pictures Rubin has released both look beyond our galaxy to the Virgo cluster. This is a group of galaxies 55 million light years away in the constellation of Virgo. Look at that. Just look at it. That right there, that's a spiral galaxy. That's galaxy. They're everywhere. Little tiny ones here, even more distant. I mean, look at this. Look at that. If you want to sit back and say, oh, there's a firmament, we can never leave the earth and the stars, it's just in the dome and the sun and the moon and the I feel sorry for you that you have to deny something as amazing as that. And you'll all sit there, it's a cartoon, it's all CGI, you globetards are idiots for believing all this shit. Like, if you're a religious flirt and your God can't create that, then your God sucks. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He's weak as piss and I could take him in a fight. Stop hamstringing your deities, people. I would rather believe in something that can create that, something at that scale, millions and millions of light years away, an infinite, ever-expanding universe. That is way, way more interesting. But yeah, your God sucks. The entire group spans about 8 degrees across the sky, making it too wide for most high-power telescopes to snap in one image. But as Swinburne University astrophysicist Tanya Barone pointed out, Rubin is designed to see the whole thing in detail. The James Webb Space Telescope would see maybe one of those galaxies, but we get to see this whole zoomed-out picture to put it all into context. Look at... oh my God. Is this not one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen? Look at that. Just linking all of them. These. Like, holy shit. Mike Gurney, if you zoom right in, you can see the film. Like, come on. It's a whole bunch of stars. But yeah, as, where was it? I just saw it. Aldebaran 4. Yeah, pretty much every dot you see is a galaxy. And I'm not sitting here saying all those galaxies have an Earth and all those galaxies have people and you're not special, blah, 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 blah. It's highly likely, given everything that's created for life as complex as humans to exist, that none of those have anything close to us. But the fact that all of that can exist and we are here. Like, if you're a flatty or a religious flirt and you're like, oh, they're trying to hide God and they're trying to tell us we're not special. I, for one, am not saying that at all. The fact that we exist, that we experience consciousness, and that we can look up or build something, a big fuck-off telescope that can see that stuff, that is brain-bending and that is amazing. And if we are the only complex life in the universe, that is the most amazing thing ever. But how can you just be like, oh, NASA's fake and it's all lies and we never even went to the moon? Like, we want to get out there and see that. How could these spirally guys, like, let's just go there, check that shit out. That's what I'm after. Come on. This stuff, just quietly, this is the stuff that makes me wet. Like, seriously, this stuff is incredible. Oh, so good. Part of this important context is the way the galaxies interact with one another, connected by faintly glowing strings of stars. Often when you look at images that don't go quite as deep, that's what she said, all these galaxies look isolated. It's only when you get this really beautiful deep imaging that you see the trails and connections between them and the way they're merging. One Rubin image shows 3 merging galaxies in a corner with clear connections between each. Again, like, come on. Why? Again, another spirally guy right here. Oh, it's just the best thing. The best. We're seeing this cosmic dance in motion as they intertwine and merge, while the bright stars were the telltale points. The swirling galaxies might draw the most attention. It's the indistinct pale smudges that Dr. Webster is excited by. Some of these smudges might be faint Milky Way objects, while others could be unusual galaxies without bright, massive centers. For a long time, people have speculated on crouching giants, which are amorphous collections of stars that don't have big nuclei in them. There are also features in the images you can't immediately identify, such as a cluster of 3 galaxies to the left of the image. Look at that. Yeah. I just look at it and think, what on earth is going on there? It's not on Earth, Dr. Webster. Oh my God, you should know that. Never seen a galaxy that looks like that before. And that's what we're talking about. Like, the first, what, 4, 5 images from this thing, and they're like, we've never seen anything like this before, ever. In like one set of photos. I mean, yeah, they're hoping it'll help out with dark matter and all that stuff, but who cares? 8.4 meter mirror and a 3,000 kilogram camera. Flatties, 3,000 kilogram camera with an 8.4 meter mirror. Fuck you and your P1000, your P1000 or even your P1100 drowned in Vera Rubin's shit. And there it should stay. We'll be able to spot very subtle changes happening quickly because they're going to image the whole fucking sky every night. So they're going to know when things are moving. They are going to know when comets are incoming or passing. Like, it's going to start its 10-year survey later this year, but astronomers are expecting exciting results from it straight away. Within the first 12 months, there'll be some super results. They're also not expecting its job to be done after its initial decade. If I'm still talking to journalists in 20 years' time, we'll still be talking about Vera Rubin, Professor Horner said. It'll still be delivering new results even then. I am so fucking excited that this thing exists and that it's doing the thing, because space is awesome. And if you're a denier of all of this, then it really does suck to be you. It really, really does. Do you know what the other cool thing about Vera Rubin is? This thing is generating about, I think it's something like 20, is it terabytes? 20 terabytes of data, or maybe it's not petabytes. I'm pretty sure it's 20 terabytes of data. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that figure. It's a fuck ton of data, okay? And then different astronomers and scientists is what I was looking for, research organizations, universities all around the world have like registered to take part, and they're all working together to process all the data, because you can't just have one group doing it. There's too much. They'll never get through it. So there's like hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are going to be trawling through all of this stuff and working on the image stacking and the processing and looking for those changes. Some are just going to focus on one area of the sky. Some are focused on looking for dark matter. Some are looking for gravimetric lensing and all that sort of stuff to answer a shit ton of questions. Yes, they're searching for evidence of dark matter. They may not find any. That whole theory might be dead in the water. Nobody knows. That's the point. You've got to test for this stuff. Vera Rubin's how they're doing it. Yeah. So I'm just geeking out, but I'm super, super excited for Vera Rubin. And I've talked myself into getting up early and then going back to bed after I watch the live stream and see what's going on there, because oh my god, it's gonna be so awesome. Now I've just switched back to this screen because I've got to set up what we're going to do next. No, that's not the right one. That's the wrong one. No, that's still the wrong one. Where is it? There we go. Knew I'd get there. Goodness me. I gotta catch my breath. Bit of a rant. I'm gonna run out of GP juice. Now, what am I missing in chat? Nothing. You can all watch me read the chat that you're all in and chatting in. How do you like them apples? You love it, and I know you do. A lot of silly stuff. Beautiful. I expect nothing less. Continue as you were, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this morning, I was hanging out in Curious UK Debunk stream after I streamed this morning at an absolutely ungodly hour. We may do that again at some point. Don't expect it to be a regular thing. 5:30 in the morning is bullshit. But we were watching, or Curious UK Debunks was watching and pulling apart an old video of MC Toon talking to Flat Earth Reconnaissance, or Sam, or one of many pieces of shit that we all know and don't really appreciate their work. Anyway, and he's done it even more recently, but he referenced the boat that was turned around because you're not allowed to go to Antarctica and the military patrol it, and you're not allowed to go there. And I know it was from a year ago, and I know this shit has been debunked 1,000,001 times, but I haven't done it, and I want to go because I should get a turn. I know I'm late to the party, but this happened in Australia. So I want to have a look at it, but I need to bring up something else on the other screen first, so I can give you some important context and hide the pin of where I live. There we go. Okay. No, you don't need to see any of that. It's none of your business. None of your beeswax. Right. So, first things first, there's a video that all flatties, all of them point to. Some people say this happened in Chile. Some people say, correctly, that it happened in Australia. It did happen, but not the way they frame it. So, we're going to have a look at the video. Probably not watch the whole thing because it's 7 minutes long. But, yeah, we're doing this one. Warship Hobart intercepts FV Bad Boys U-Fish TV crew. Bass Strait, Australia. Coordinates 381300, 1482900, April 2018. Boom. I'm hitting play. There we go.
He's just a Navy destroyer. He will yield. He'd be thinking, that
So,
cheeky
straight off the bat.
my bow.
Straight off the bat. This boat was never, ever, 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 ever going to Antarctica. It's a fishing boat. There's room under there for, like, a bed. There's at least 3 people in the boat because he's not holding the camera and he's not holding the camera. So unless they're getting really, really snug down there, they're on a fishing trip. I've got the playback on.
They get angry when you do that. They don't. You're meant to yield to them, Joshy. They're probably on the radio. Will be a fucking international headline in about 5 minutes.
Big fish.
Australia.
The curved horizon. I mean, it is, but it's also definitely a GoPro and definitely a fisheye lens. So take that with a grain of salt. But still.
Navy ship shoots it.
Facing our way. Bad boys, yield.
Is it?
The turret is turning our way.
The turret's turning at us.
We're up to at least 4 people.
In case they think we're
Up to at least 4. We've got 1, 2. They turn the camera. There's another dude back, like in the far corner, back there somewhere. And there's another dude down here. So that's at least 5 now. 5 people in this boat. Thank you, Lindsay Boat. Thank you. Oh no, it's Andy. The maths checks out. That's what we call peer review, kids.
trying to kill them.
Oh, fuck! Hide!
I'm just telling our Richard. Oh, hang on. Whoa.
Might be 6.
Is that us? I think so.
What?
I think they are on the radio. I think someone
Stop, Josh. They take it seriously.
What did they say?
You got to yield. You can't just fucking. If they think you're going to charge them.
We don't know for sure, but we think they did say something to us.
No, they did.
You got to yield. You can't just bargain. It's very, very Aussie. Right. So they're zooming along. Okay. In their little fishing boat, wearing t-shirts and shorts. And they're joking about it, like, oh, there's a Navy ship. Oh, they're going to get on the radio. And now they're freaking out because they're like, shit, they are on the radio. And I think it's the camera dude who's like, no, they take this stuff seriously. Of course they do. They're the fucking Navy. This is their job. They are on patrol. I don't know why they'd protect Tasmania. But Emma asks, what's happening? Are they hunting the narwhal, the one you drugged and kidnapped? No, this was in 2018. And yeah, nobody knows about those narwhals. Debatable D says this video would have ended very differently if that bloke wasn't like, you gotta yield, take this stuff seriously. Yeah, exactly. We'll find out, Andy. Andrew Johnson.
They come back last caller.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, fucking talk to him. Actually, yeah, grab my camera. Look at it.
Turret is turning. Turret is warming up.
On that ship right now, it's like, wah, wah, wah.
Get the drone out. I'm gonna fly the drone.
Don't be. Nah.
But they would definitely crack the shit.
Yeah, that would be frowned upon.
Yeah. You are
One of these
an
dipshits like,
international
get the drone out. Fly the drone over. To which one of his colleagues responds, no, they would definitely crack the shits. That is correct. I can't see them taking too kindly to that.
Oh, mate.
You'd hear the machine fucking nuts.
Yeah,
It has kind of turned a bit towards us. Tut, 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 rattle, tut, 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 tut. Just don't do anything silly. Make it look like we're fucking actually going around. He's turning, stop, he's turning. He is actually turning.
What you said about the ship yesterday?
No, he is turning.
He's turning.
Fucking hell,
That's
what
what
have
you
we
said
done
about
now?
the ship yesterday. No, he's turning. And you can see it turning. My Mum Bakes Cakes. Welcome, My Mum Bakes Cakes says, see, because the fishing boat can't freely explore Antarctica, Flirst be like, see, told you so. Yes, that's exactly what they say. The problem is, we're nowhere near Antarctica. We're not even close. Anyway, also, when the guy's like, he's turning towards us. Did you hear the other dude? That's what you said about the ship yesterday.
It's turning, Josh, just sit still.
He slowed down, has he?
Yeah, he's really slowed down. No doubt we were in trouble.
He thinks we're pirates.
What for?
What the fuck would be in?
Because we were going like that and Josh wouldn't back down. He was having a...
It's Josh's
Come on,
fault.
mate.
That's coming to us, so let's just...
Yeah, he's gonna give us $1 million each because we won.
What, you think they're going to come alongside us in a fucking giant
want- I think-
Yeah, just dock up the side.
Well-
Actually,
do think
they're gonna board us. You know what? He can come beside us.
Hang on.
What depth are we in? Oh, look at that.
I'm going to replay a bit and see if I can pause it at the right spot.
What, you think they're going to come alongside us in a fucking giant
Yeah, just dock up the side.
Well,
do think
gonna There.
board us. You know what? He can come beside us.
That's a pretty decent indication of the size of this boat. It's not huge. 3 dudes wide, basically, is all you've got. 3 dudes. That is it. That is a very small boat with a couple of motors attached to it. But unless every spare inch of this thing is filled with fuel, they are not going to Antarctica. Illusion says if they come from the mainland, HMS Hobart would be deployed to stop illegal smuggling between states, that or the Coast Guard. There's really no smuggling between states. Like, there's not too much that's illegal, like wildlife maybe, but they're probably not worried about that. I think all that's happened here is these guys were hauling ass because they're going to go out and film some stuff fishing for their YouTube channel. And this guy was being way too aggressive and looked like it was charging a warship. They don't take kindly to that stuff. Someone else asked, F-Grid asked, do they think it's a boat guarding the ice wall? That's how Flatty's framed this video, that this boat is being turned around and prevented from going to Antarctica, right? That's how they frame it, and we'll circle back around to that.
Yeah.
What
We're
depth
bad
are we?
boys,
Oh, look at that scatter. That's full of squid. 50 meters down.
His fucking sound is fucking destroying everything that we've got.
That
going
ship,
on.
by the way,
Turning right
that
on.
thing is hauling ass. That is not moving slowly. Like, it's gotten significantly bigger just in like the last 20 seconds of this video. They are leathering it to cut these fuckers off.
It's coming to us.
It is coming to
Get
us.
this big camera.
He's got the shits because
On by port bow. This is Warship Hobart, Warship Hobart, channel 16, over.
1-6.
yeah, we got you, mate. Just bad boys.
Now, now the HMAS Hobart is talking to them on the radio. They do not sound impressed at all. And I don't blame him. And the dude on the radio is still joking around. Yeah, this is the bad boys. And they're all laughing. This thing has guns aimed at them.
Yeah, come back. Gotta go channel 16. I am. That's 16.
Gmo?
Bad boys, this is Warship Hobart, Warship Hobart, channel
Are you
16,
recording
over.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got your warship. Bad
Hobart
boys
Warship.
over. Work? He heard you. How does he know you're bad
No,
boys?
because he...
Obviously,
got a
see
big
bad
set of
boys written on the
binoculars
side
out
of the boat. Come back, warship.
To channel 69, over.
69. Oh, shit, we're in trouble.
69.
That's like a 6 channel. 69.
This is crazy.
This is unreal.
Come back,
I love it.
warship.
No, gentlemen. This isn't even the craziest part. The craziest part is what Psycho Flat Earthers did with your video and how they've represented it for years after the fact. That is the truly crazy part. Alicia says they legit have a freak dog at the boats, port, and plane. Yes, but it kind of depends where you are. Part of the reason we don't have a lot of fruit and veg allowed into the country, if at all, especially here in South Australia, is because it's all grown up in the Riverland and terrified of fruit fly outbreaks. Big problem, would decimate the industry. Up in Queensland, similar story, because they grow bananas and stuff like that. And in New South Wales, they grow racists. So you've got to protect your... Not true. It's kind of true.
This is Warship Hobart.
He sounds friendly.
Yeah, it's bad boys. We got you, mate. What's you want? This is fucking my fucking head. I don't like it.
Nah, it's good. It's all good. We're going to board you. Oh my god, I'm getting the
Look how
method.
quickly this ship is up
Yeah, well,
on them.
maybe
I
stop
told
it,
you it
stop
was
it.
hauling ass. That ship is hauling ass. So Flatty's got one thing right. This ship was not messing around.
Shits for that.
Stop filming us, you
Come back,
cunts.
warship.
Where, ladsy? It's international water.
I hope they're not fucking gonna
Hey,
check our
Professor
fucking
Phil Bell,
flares.
you'll love that
No.
line, surely. Did you hear the guy say, it's international waters in Bass Strait? What, are you going to open a friggin' ocean casino in Bass Strait? Got some dead bodies you want to fling over the side? Do some drug deals? You're in Bass Strait, you idiot.
Warship Hobart, you are in a maritime exclusion area. Please report your intentions.
Oh,
Fishing.
who the fuck's
We're,
that?
we're heading to the shelf to go.
No, just say we're heading.
Maritime
Heading out.
exclusion area. I'm just writing that down because we'll look it up shortly. But that's what they said. You're in a maritime exclusion area in Bass Strait.
Now fishing.
planes cook their audio a little bit.
We've all come through this 1,000 times. Stop doing that.
Send the dinghies out, boys. They're getting higher than one.
This is warship over. You are operating recommend you exit the area immediately.
We're going that way.
We're just traversing.
Is there a helicopter coming at us now?
Are we landed? I don't know. What
Just travel, just go.
Just go.
What a Barrett. It's about this time that the Duke boys realised their goose was far. Look, there's dudes on the deck and all. Crazy. Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, we come through here all the time. Like, not today, you don't.
Drone. Is it? That's unreal.
Oh, bonus, bonus, chemtrail. Oh, the plot thickens. Freaking chemtrails. These aren't even fishing rods, they're cloud busters. Moving on. We're nearly done with this.
What was that about?
Yes.
We got too close to him.
He got close to us.
We stopped, and it's all on film. We stopped well short of him. We stopped about a couple of K out.
Bad boys, is that you?
Yes.
International.
This is warship over. Report to your order for origin.
No, Port of Origin, Lake Centric.
Oh. Sorry, we're taking out like
Give us that up front. Stealing oil. We're stealing oil. There's nothing on the chart saying we can't be there, is there?
No one knows
I reckon
that.
they're just in training mode shit.
Why would they fuck with us like that?
Yeah, just to be fuckers.
I don't care. They fucked me.
Yeah.
Why would they fuck with us like that? Because they're the Navy. And you're on their turf. That's why. So, we've watched the entire video in context. And even in the video description, ladies and gentlemen. Here. Victoria, Australia, running out to sea on a public, unrestricted course. We've traversed hundreds of times before we suddenly get intercepted by warship Hobart that is passing by and told to leave the area. This is a common daily route for all recreational and local commercial vessels. When we pulled up, we're still approximately 2 kilometres from the ship. We love our Navy. It was an awesome experience to see the ship up close. We're in peacetime here. She's all right, mate. Australia. So, no mention of Antarctica at all. I just want to have a quick scan through the comments. In fact, we'll just go Control F and we'll go Antarctica. One mention, and it's in the search bar from me searching the video. Nothing in the comments even of this video. 13,639 comments, by the way. No one's mentioned Antarctica on the original. The only people that did are flatties. Now, a couple of you know where Bass Strait is. Couple of you know. I'm just going to scroll down so that we can find Antarctica, right? Antarctica's down here. Hello. There's McMurdo Station and more of it and more of it. There's lots of Antarctica all the way down the bottom. There's your ice wall. And if we go back up, here's Tasmania. There's Melbourne, Victoria. And this is Bass Strait. Now, I don't know about you lot, but there's a fair bit of distance there. So these guys were intercepted here. And Antarctica's down here. I'm not worried about those love hearts because you're not going to divulge where people are. And that's two of my friends. So, fuck those people. You can find them. You won't find my place. That's Bass Strait. That's Antarctica. Are you telling me 6 people on a pissy little fishing boat were going from here, down here, around Tasmania, and then all the way to Antarctica? Bearing in mind the Sydney to Hobart yacht race, which is this far, okay? People were killed in that sailing race earlier this year, which is very, very tragic. But if you're being killed in a sailing race from Sydney to Hobart, what are the odds you're going to make it from basically Victoria up here, this little point here, all the way to Antarctica unscathed in a boat that is definitely not designed to make that trip? 0 is the answer. 0. Not a snowball's chance in Satan's sky. Hail Satan. People are like, TikTok is a cesspool of awfulness, but people are still making those claims about that video over there. That, oh, they were turned back from Antarctica. And I think you can all remember the stream. I think it was Ratzoid, and he had Sam on, and they were talking to, was it Mike or Globy or MC Toon? I can't remember. But they were talking about the boat being turned back. It must have been Toon. I remember watching it. I can't remember whose stream it was. But they're talking about the boat that was turned back. And Sam was looking and looking and looking for the video. And they're like, hey, this is your claim. You said you had the video. Where is it? Show me this ship being stopped by the military from going to Antarctica. And he searched and he's making all his excuses. Oh, there's millions of videos on the internet. Oh, I couldn't be expected to find one. It's like, well, if that's that important to you, you've either downloaded it or bookmarked it, or you remember what you searched for or what's in the video so you can search for it. Anyway, by the time he got to the video, about an hour later, guess what it was? That. I don't even think it was a re-upload of it. I think it was literally this one with 0 mention of Antarctica. Go to bed, monkey cat, pat, pat. I'll be in shortly, tuck you in. It's all good. So, yeah, there's that. Joe Black, how much fuel would a little boat like that carry? Answer, not enough to get anywhere close to Antarctica. I'm going to wager that is correct, Amundo. So, yeah, there is that. Now, I found this video as well that we're not going to watch because I'm sure it's a bunch of crap. The last surviving member of Admiral Byrd's expedition reveals the truth about Antarctica. What annoys me about this is it's all BS. Like, everything in this video is crap. And if you need evidence of that, let's just do a quick search here for treaty. Antarctica Treaty, which was signed in the 1960s and set the rules for Antarctica. I don't know if you know anything about that continent, but it is shrouded in weird political secrecy. You cannot visit Antarctica unless you are a scientist or given a pass. The continent is pretty much off limits. Yes, there are a few companies that run pricing. Why am I reading this out? I can click on that and we can go to that time code and we can watch this stuff. I'm pretty sure. Is that how it works? Surely it works that way. Is it work that way? Yeah, nice.
North Pole. However, one thing that worries me is how almost every country in the world who fights one another over little issues decides to come together and live in peace and harmony when it comes to Antarctica. This is known as the Antarctica Treaty, which was signed in the 1960s and sets the rules for Antarctica. I don't know if you know anything about that continent, but it is shrouded in weird political.
Intriguing little cut, because he's read this bit, well, he hasn't even read it. Scientific observations and results from Antarctica shall be exchanged and made freely available. Like, this is a treaty, Article 3. In order to promote international cooperation in scientific investigation in Antarctica, as provided for in Article 2 of the present treaty, the contracting parties agree that, to the greatest extent feasible and practicable, information regarding plans for scientific programs in Antarctica shall be exchanged to permit maximum economy and efficiency of operations. What does that mean? It means if someone's going down to Antarctica and they're like, we're going to take this patch of ice and we're going to search for microbial life, is what we're going to do. How pissed would you be if you dedicated your life to that field of research? You finally get funding and approval to go down to Antarctica, you set up shop, you head out to do the research, and 20 meters away, there's another mob who are already doing the shit. And you're like, I could have just used their data. I could have just given them a call and said, hey, can you send me those files? And it probably would have been sweet. That's why, because there's limited space, limited resources in Antarctica, because it's a frozen desert. So you don't want to double up if you don't have to. That's the point. Scientific personnel shall be exchanged in Antarctica between expeditions and stations. Let's share our people. A cultural exchange. Get people from the Australian stations like McMurdo and send them to other stations and send their people to the other ones so everybody can see how everybody else works. Maybe that's going to help out each station. Hey, you guys are using crappy toilets. We've got better ones. We can hook you up. Hey, we can help you with your Wi-Fi signal that keeps dropping out all the time. Hey, I cook a mean beef stroganoff. Let me whip you up a dinner and give you the recipe. That kind of shit. Scientific observations and results from Antarctica shall be exchanged and made freely available. No one gets to own it. Freely available to everyone. Hey, we found this cool science stuff. Everybody, check it out and have at it, because it's for everybody. There is nothing shifty or dodgy going on there. In implementing this article, every encouragement shall be given to the establishment of cooperative working relations with those specialized agencies of the United Nations and other international organizations having a scientific or technical interest in Antarctica. It's all cool. It's all cool. But he didn't cover any of this. What did he say instead?
I don't know if you know anything about that continent, but it is shrouded in weird political secrecy. You cannot visit Antarctica unless you are a scientist or are given a pass. The continent is pretty much off limits. Yes, there are a few companies that run pricey cruises, but the people who run these businesses have to be connected to intelligence agencies, which means whatever they are showing you is already watered down knowledge. It's odd to me that the Antarctica Treaty has worked so well. The treaty was said
to... did not deny or support national claims to territorial sovereignty in Antarctica, but did forbid all contracting parties. See, this annoys me. This is by the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica, by the way, apparently, from online, because you can edit the history of it. So, brilliant. So he's highlighted this. The treaty did not deny or support national claims to territorial sovereignty in Antarctica. Shock horror. In the same sentence, but it did forbid all contracting parties from establishing military bases, carrying on military maneuvers, testing any weapons, including nuclear weapons, or disposing of radioactive waste in the area. The treaty encouraged the freedom of scientific investigation and the exchange of scientific information and personnel in Antarctica. The treaty bound its members indefinitely with a view of its provisions possible after 30 years. A protocol to the 1959 treaty was signed in 1991. The agreement banned mineral and oil exploration for 50 years and included regulations for the protection of the Antarctic environment. Now, these clowns are saying, oh, it's dodgy as hell, nobody can go there, but we all know it's not true, because most of us have interacted at some point in the last 12 months with some of the people who actually went there and did the thing. They went there and they did science. Everything outlined in that treaty, they did. And it was awesome. Some of them went as hand luggage and came back and just denied the reality that slapped them in their stupid flat earth face. I'm looking at you, Austin Witts at the Platypus. But for the most part, as far as we know, anyone else who went flipped. We don't know about Jonathan Morandi. We don't know about that. We don't know what happened there. Yeah. But we know Jaron saw a 24-hour sun, was like, that's globe, done. We know Lisbeth has walked away from flat earth. She hasn't signed up to the globe, to the best of my knowledge, but she's definitely distanced herself from the flat earth community, which is awesome. That's why we busted out the Flippin' a Flatty song for her. But Dave McKeegan, who's been in this chat, and he's an honorary Avenger. He was in Antarctica. Critical Think, a fellow Australian, in Antarctica. MC Toon, in Antarctica. Jaron, Elizabeth, shit for brains. What's it, the platypus? Like, Will Duffy, come on. They were all there. But what pisses me off is all the relevant information is on the screen, and they just blow right by. And what really pisses me off is this video from May last year. It's only 12 months old. 2.1 million views. This video blew up. Basically viral. Framed as the last surviving member of Admiral Byrd's expedition reveals the truth about Antarctica. It didn't. All of this is dead set lies, but look at the comments. When every single country on Earth decides to get together to make one spot on Earth completely protected, then something is going on. Yeah, every country on Earth looked at the rest of the Earth and how much we've completely screwed it up by mining, by building military bases, by exploiting it for natural resources. And they were like, you know what? Maybe we can leave one spot alone. Maybe that'd be a cool thing if we all just sort of got together and didn't shit the bed. Why does that have to be dodgy as hell? This guy reckons someone never jumped, he was thrown out of his window. Someone who commits suicide wouldn't leave scuff marks on the floor by the window of his room in the hospital unless he's fighting for his life to stay alive and not get thrown out of the window. What are you talking about? My dad was actually one of the Navy men in Operation High Jump, says Mama Cat's 1955. That sounds legit. The only thing we're ever told about it was about the King Penguin's antics. He told us that's all he could tell us. When pressed why, he couldn't tell us. We were told because that was his orders. Or Mama Cat's 1955. Let me posit an alternate theory. Your dad was full of shit. False, he didn't commit suicide. He was thrown out the window. Is that the same dude? No, it was another one. So more conspiracy dirt. A bunch of people are annoyed that they mentioned the last surviving member of Admiral Byrd's expedition and don't actually mention it. At 5:10, you say they go to Antarctica. The map shows Greenland. We'll check. What?
1938, and the SAS Schwabenland was sent on a secret mission to Antarctica.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Cool story, bro. Amazing. Where's that comment? Nice. I saw a 1 hour long interview with him on an American TV show. Don't know what show it is. He hasn't said. And he said so much more. When I wanted to show someone that over an hour long video was only 15 minutes long and everything he said was removed. Dun, dun, dun. This one gets a like. Difficult to take someone seriously when they don't know the difference between Antarctica, Greenland, and the Arctic. There's a video clip out there which I've seen personally, says Steve Shamini 5733 from a year ago, from a TV interview that they did with Byrd. He spoke expressly about a great sprawling continent loaded with natural resources that could bless all of mankind. No, Steve, what you've done is you've watched a clip that Dirth or Eric Dubay have showed you where it takes everything you said completely out of context. Debatable D says, I wonder why the Arctic has no similar treaty. Oh, because it has strategic advantage and resources. Funny how that happens. Yeah, funny that, isn't it? Because Antarctica is in the middle of fuck nowhere. It's a death trap. Land Party Animal 5215. Are you fucking kidding me? You show the German ship going to so-called Antarctica, went straight north to Greenland. I don't know about you, but when I went to school, Antarctica was south of Germany. For an American attack submarine, show a picture of a Russian Oscar II ballistic missile submarine. Come on, guys. Get your act together. That's his biggest problem with the video. They've used the wrong ship. See, the thing about government is they think we're stupid. Now, that is because lots of us are. Yes, you are. I don't know if they're aliens or not. One thing I know for sure is the government knows that there is a lot more out there than just us. I don't think you know that, Josh Moe 1234. You know, with all the stuff they went to Antarctica with, they had to have cameras documenting every minute of it, but we'll never see it. It's not right that certain people have the right to hide what we find from the world. The Antarctic Treaty expressly states anything you get out of it, you got to share. So that's not a thing. I saw Bird tell this story on a TV interview a few years ago from really old footage. It's missing from YouTube, but I'll never forget it. He was genuinely worried by what he saw. It's missing from YouTube, but he was so worried. There it is. Fuck me, that was hard. I must have magic powers. I can bring things back from the abyss of YouTube goneness. There's one. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. It's so missing from YouTube. This one's from 10 years ago. That's from 3 years ago. That's 11 months, 3 years, 7 years, 3 years. I mean, they're all there. This is the video we were looking at. Actually, they've stolen that thumbnail. Yeah. The way I remember all the stories of Admiral Byrd is he took a solo flight to the North Pole first and found the opening to inner Earth. That's new to me. Cool story, bro. That story is the one where he sees green fields and mountains that shouldn't exist. Then 2 UFOs take control of his aircraft and land him to meet their leader or president. The second time is Operation High Jump, where he commanded a US fleet to Antarctica to the last remaining Nazis, but instead got attacked and almost destroyed by UFOs. I could be remembering it wrong. Oh, it's the best thing I've ever read. And I've read The Godfather. But that, mwah, that's amazing. Oh, the replies. That's how I remember it too. Good on you. Don't want to handle 111. You've got to handle. Love sci-fi wherever you read that. Definitely about his trip to the North Pole. This is definitely a misappropriation of that material. Yes, me too. I remember this exact story as well. I remember that interview too. He said it came out of nowhere. Beautiful fields that should not have been there. He got escorted down there and spent some time in a big city. A beautiful place. You are correct. Cast your net wider and deeper on other platforms for more. Guys, it's right here. And he doesn't say any of that. But, you know, I just looked at it. I could be remembering it wrong. Let me just write that down. I could... come on, pen. I could be remembering it wrong. You know that's going to be a t-shirt. Because that made me laugh way too hard. The only mystery USA doesn't want to talk about Antarctica is the missile silos they built illegally there and collapsed due to unexpected extreme cold weather. How you tell 2557? How the do you have unexpected extreme cold weather in Antarctica? That's basically what the place is. If you look up unexpected extreme cold weather in a fucking encyclopedia, even in a book, it'll have a hyperlink to Antarctica. That's how dumb that is. 1958, Operation Deep Freeze 3. My dad, another dad, thanks Warhorse. My dad was the guy who found the snow cruiser. He said they slept in it. They reburied it for later retrieval and it was never found again. He told me he hot rodded an M29 Weasel with a bigger engine from a Dodge Power Wagon that had fallen down a crevasse. They used it to pull sleds to a hot spring, but it took an entire day to get there and a day to get back. He said they sent a diver down in the hot spring and didn't find anything living. So it was a fun day off, and they did round trips every few days. People who are in Antarctica now say there are no hot springs, but I could be remembering it wrong. Don't BS from our government's why I don't watch the news anymore. I mean, read a book, William Kennedy Q60. Department of Redundancy Department. Nice. That's a great name. At 419, you described two vessels are called destroyers tankers while displaying an image of an aircraft carrier. There are no vessels in the US Navy called destroyers tankers. You then mentioned two heavily armed seaplanes while displaying an image of a prop-driven submarine hunting airplane with 4 engines, which is not a seaplane. You show the secret German expedition going to Greenland, not Antarctica. In light of such basic errors, it is possible to take this nonsense seriously. The only thing related to Antarctica, which is more absurd than this, is the flat earth theory. This is transparent bullshit. What the fuck is this? A plan for a future sci-fi fantasy movie? Here's a clue. This idea has already been explored in recent King Kong movies. Department of Redundancy Department. You're one of my new favorite people. I don't know what the deal with Antarctica is, but for the entire world, in all of our greed, hubris, and malice, would leave such resources essentially untouched, unmined, undrilled. Simply does not make any logical sense. Yep, weather is horrific, so our upfront costs would be expensive, but since when has that mattered? Casualties would be high for workers, but imagining the payoffs to people willing to risk their lives for those resources, again, financial gain always trumps liability. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. It's really hard and really expensive, and nobody can be bothered. That's the problem. Like, just to go there with ALE was like 40 grand. 40 grand. What company is going to fork out 40 grand just to shuttle their staff back and forth? They don't even, like, half your employees in America don't even pay a living wage. You guys have got to fight to get your minimum wage, like, above the poverty line, and you can't get it over the line. It gets shot down a majority of the time. It's nuts. No one's paying to go to Antarctica. H.P. Lovecraft wrote a story about unknown life forms in Antarctica at the Mountains of Madness. Well then, fuck me. H.P. Lovecraft wrote a story about it. Debate's over, people. Earth flat. I came here to hear stale information we've known for 50 years about Bird labelled as a phony survivor account, and you definitely did not disappoint. Cool. I too have investigated the withdrawal from Antarctica, and indeed, I came to the same conclusion. The truth is kept hidden from us. How much researching did you do? Roland Weifering. He's got 4,000 subscribers. Maybe he's done a bunch. I'm not checking his channel, that guy. Anyway, that was that. That's what I wanted to look at. What else has this dipshit got to say about things and stuff?
Systems to malfunction. This is why Operation High Jump was formed in the first place.
What is happening?
Also, when he talked about the United States being attacked pole to pole in his interview, he was talking about attacks from Germans coming from the South Pole to the North Pole, not necessarily about aliens. Journalists have a talent of making the simple sound extravagant to capture people and sell more papers. But the most important criticism of all was that the diary didn't exist. Yep, it was never written by Byrd. It was all a lie. Just like how it was debunked that Byrd was the first man to ever reach the North Pole, a title he kept for a long time even after his death, until someone was curious enough to question its possibility, and after a while, was found that he wasn't the first to reach the North Pole. However, one thing that worries me is how almost every country in the world who fights one another over little issues decides to come together and live in peace and harmony when it comes to Antarctica. This is known as the Antarctica Treaty, which was signed in the 1960s and sets the rules for Antarctica. I don't know if you know anything about that continent, but it is shrouded in weird political secrecy. You cannot visit Antarctica unless you are a scientist or are given a pass. The continent is pretty much off limits. Yes, there are a few companies that run pricey cruises, But the people who run these businesses have to be connected to intelligence agencies, which means whatever they are showing you is already watered down knowledge. It's odd to me that the Antarctica Treaty has worked so well. The treaty was said to protect those resources and the environment. All of that is fine, but it's strange that a person from anywhere in the world cannot go to Antarctica. Also, we should remember that over the past few decades, there have been strange accounts, even witnesses of UFOs flying out of the ocean in that part of the world. Inasmuch as Bird's diary is said fake, it still makes us question things. The fact in all stories, be it fake or real, is that he was missing for 3 hours. Where was he in those 3 hours that they couldn't reach him? How was he able to stay in flight for more than 3 hours without refueling? The mysterious death of the Secretary of Defense and the death of Bird's own son makes what should be a close-shut case be a case that is still open for investigation.
The audio is still running in my ears because there's massive delay. I don't know what that's about. I will look into it and endeavor to resolve this particular issue. I've still got dirt happening. Jesus H. Christ. I am of the conclusion. I don't know how clearly you can hear the audio. You can search for this video and check it out yourself with headphones. But this is AI shit. I know it's from a year ago, but it's bad AI. And I would wager that is the reason for the errors that are being called out in the comments about the wrong ship or the wrong type of plane or everything else. It is just AI slop with 2.1 million views. I'm not jealous of the views. I don't care. It's just 2.1 million people clicked on this video and got treated to absolute garbage. Just low effort crap. So have a thumbs down for that, mate, and get the out of my face. There was another video I wanted to show. I can't be bothered now. That just took it out of me. Anyway, point is, you don't get from Bass Strait to Antarctica unless you're on the right kind of boat. The right kind of boat is not a 6-man little fishing boat that has enough fuel to get you like here and back. You got a long way to go. A long, long way to go. Now, the other one that Sam was talking about is there was someone who was turned back going from Chile to Antarctica. I couldn't find a video along those lines, so that must have been scrubbed from YouTube as well. You know, like the Admiral Byrd interviews that are just mysteriously missing from YouTube. You can't find them anywhere, no matter where you look. You can't find anything about Admiral Byrd on YouTube. It's impossible, as we now all know. So, yeah, we'll go hunting for this video about the ship in Chile. Oh my God, debatable D. Are you fucking serious? They were discussing going to Antarctica in a submarine. Would the submarine they're wanting to go on by any chance be called the Titan? If so, that's a crowd fund that I will add up here and contribute towards. If they want to, if Ratsoid and friends want to go to Antarctica on a Titan, I will help fund that trip. Because I'd like them to go to Antarctica. It's the rest of that sentence. That's why. Conspiracy Music Studios is here. I did see you pop in before, sir, and I apologize that I wasn't able to hit you up because I was talking stuff and I had the thing in my ears and everything else. Slippery, sloppy AI. The Drunk Debug Show showed creative use of AI that was cool. Let me have a look. Have a look. Screaming Boy. Oh yeah, all the stuff that's ruined by AI. I like it. I like it. The newest episode of Last Week Tonight talks about AI slop. And I felt better, a lot better about the criticism leveled at Fraud Almighty because it is not AI slop. I was pretty sure it didn't qualify. as AI slap, and it doesn't. So again, to everybody who hated that, blow it out your ass. But yes, it is getting out of control. Well, no, it's out of control. I'm having an excellent day, Conspiracy Music Studio. We did ruin one of your songs earlier, Flatzoid's Web of Lies. I was playing your song and had audio issues, and I got those resolved with about 20 seconds to go of the tune. But if you have a personal favorite, Conspiracy Music Studios, let me know, and that can be our outro. I'll play it at the end if you let me know which one you would like the people to see, and I will play it. Your call. Dealer's choice, I say. Submarines are a container. That is very true, Big Fish. Pictures don't exist. Any pictures of pictures are fake. F. Careed, you've nailed it. That is 100% factual statement. Seamen need a container. Yes, they do. That's what submarines are for. Because I'm pretty sure, and we might need to ask Craig or FTFE about this, but I'm pretty sure submarines are absolutely littered with seamen. Flat Earthers have always been the lazy content creators. They don't want to learn how to operate cameras, microphones, editing software. Of course, they would use AI, the peak of laziness. Jessica, the Transmetal Alchemist, what are you talking about? Because obviously, Flat Earthers make the greatest content on Earth. And I can prove it. And I will prove it. We'll go here. And we'll go here. No, we'll go here. We'll go here. I don't want to play any audio. Just find it. Actually, now that I'm doing this, it looks a lot like my screen, so that's annoying. What are you talking about? Look at it. Just look at it. How dare you? It's fantastic. We've got AI generated art everywhere, so that's all great, including in the video. The lighting here, I mean, some of them have, that's AI generated, that's a shit picture, and that's a shit picture. The lighting for PJ, as usual, is terrible. He's clearly still crying and bereft because he's lost his wrench. The lighting on the host of the show is abysmal. You barely make it out. Newsflash, that's not a green screen. They're just curtains. That's not how chroma key works. And down here, we don't even have a person in frame, and it's fucking vertical. Flatties, you can do this, and it's fine. You just turn it horizontal. It'll fill the frame. And it'll go 16 by 9 for you. Give it a bell. All right, I stand corrected, Jessica, the Transmetal Alchemist. You're 100% right. Flatty content is gross. And this isn't even flatty content because Flattoy's not going to talk about Flat Earth anymore. He's out of the Flat Earth debate. It's not a thing he's going to cover. It's not a thing he's going to talk about ever again. He's done with all the noise and the negativity. And I think everybody should respect his choices because he doesn't want to talk about Flat Earth. His Creality Jesus saves, and he's not going to talk about Flat Earth anymore, okay? He's not going to do it. You all need to leave him alone. Hi. Fuck that guy. Just a reminder, Bass Strait, Antarctica. That shit never happened. Moving on. Debatable D says, I like that your thumbnail looks different. Actually, I have to do a double take between Junk Debunk MC2 and Ratsoid Sumsale because they use the same cartoon AI. Yeah, it's Toon's not using the AI, is he? I know Craig is. But yeah, I think my problem is I just like making thumbnails. I know sometimes I get a little bit lazy with them, and they're not awesome. And I have used some AI stuff, like obviously the koala suit superhero DP is AI generated because I can't draw, and I don't actually own a green superhero suit with koala ears. Shocking though that may be. I do know a guy who can make one though, and I'm thinking about it. So watch this space. But I mean, that's just fun, and it's the Derp Vengers thing, and all of us are going to have a superhero alter ego thing to go with the Derp Vengers idea. And because I don't have that skill set of art or anything else, then that just helps and it speeds it up, and I don't have to hassle anybody. I'm not taking work away from anybody else because I'm not going to pay anyone to do it anyway, and I feel awkward asking people for favors or like leveraging people's kindness and generosity for my own content. Like if it's offered freely, it's not a problem. I don't like having to ask for it because it just seems weird. But yeah, I don't want my thumbnails to look like everybody else's. I want to make them unique, and sometimes they fail miserably and sometimes they're great. But I enjoy that process. It's part of my like stream routine, and it's part of my video routine. Like generally before the video is recorded, I've made a thumbnail for it, and it might change based on what winds up in the video, but the thumbnail is one of the first things I do because that sort of sets the tone. So I appreciate you saying so. Was the point of that little rant. Yeah, I did hear someone was going to fund Roger's trip, that he's fundraising and someone else will cover the gap. They're going to have a $40,000 gap to cover. I'm not sure how keen they'll actually be for that. By the way, spoilers, Roger Ledwell will not be going to Antarctica. That trip's not going to happen. And if it does, he'll lie about it. Debatable D. Yeah, he won't go. Roger is just a lonely man that found a small group of people he can sit on the phone with all day. Exactly. F. Garood, celestial navigation makes sense on a flat Earth. I thought you couldn't decide what the ground looked like based on the sky. Confused. Yeah. By the way, I'm still hunting for and looking for, and I need to hit up MC Chen because I haven't sent him a message yet. If anybody knows where to find it, because I just want to make a short video about it. Around about March last year, it was either a debate after show or a conversation he had with someone or during a debate. Whitsett said one of his all-time gems that when it comes to celestial navigation, you know, actually, they've got it all mapped, all worked out for flat Earth celestial navigation. It's all mapped out and it all totally works. Celestial navigation totally works for flat Earth. And they'll be releasing all of that really soon. That was last March. Little bits happened since then. Over a year has passed. And what else has happened? Oh, Wittett went to Antarctica and saw a 24-hour sun and vaped while he was there and lied about it and then came back and is lying to everybody that he still believes the Earth is flat, even though he saw a 24-hour sun. Said repeatedly he knows exactly what that means and he's just being a dick about it. I'm looking for the clip where he said that, and I know it exists. I know I've seen it. I didn't dream it. Other people have seen it and recall it. But yeah, I just want to remind everybody, and I want to remind Witzett that it's been a while and we know he was busy being luggage. But a lot of time has passed and we're still waiting patiently for the big reveal of fully mapped out working celestial navigation for flat Earth, because that would be good evidence. I'd love to see that. Would you love to see that? I'd love to see that. But we're still waiting. And I just want to make sure that he knows it's on our radar and, you know, we're supportive of his efforts. Absolutely. Andrew Johnson has said, Aaron will pay for Roger's entire trip after he returns and uploads 24 hours of footage, not time-lapse. It doesn't even have to be of the 24-hour sun. So can I claim that money? Is that how that works, Andrew Johnson? He just wants 24 hours of footage from Antarctica? And it doesn't even have to be the sun. He mapped it up, but later said all maps are false. Yeah, but he still said he'd do it, and I'm sure Witzett's a man of his word. So I'm just holding him to his word, so no one can call him a lying, grifting scumbag. I was only asking Andrew Johnston because what I can do is I could like download this video, which is a 24-hour time lapse. That's of the Antarctic sun from some small-time creator. Dove McKagan is his name. Never heard of him. But I could download that and then just upload that and say, thanks, want to pay for my trip. I could do it with this one as well. 24 hours of sunlight at the South Pole, Antarctica time-lapse video of sun going in a circle. This is 10 seconds long, but sun definitely goes in a circle. There you go. By the way, flatties, that's been there for 12 years at the South Pole. 12 years that's existed. And there we go, 24 hours. Just looping around. Cool stuff. Cool story, bro. Beautiful time lapse in Antarctica. Jaren's Humble Pie. You know, I'll watch that one. So I like Jaren. Mawson Station. Another time lapse. But yeah, after final experiment, you can have a full 24 hours of footage from Antarctica. You absolutely can. I didn't want Senja Island, Norway, you jerks. I wanted this. No, that's not it either. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Did you guys know this existed? I posted it on the Discord earlier today. Aaron is a flat earther. He's putting money on the table to call out Ratzoid and Roger, and they're grifting. Yeah, but I'd like his money, Debatable D. Oh, you have to go there and film it yourself, and you have to be Roger Ledwell. I mean, going there and filming it myself, I'm cool with. Being Roger Ledwell, no. 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 I would rather set my testicles on fire and feed them to a rabid hamster than to be Roger Ledwell. That doesn't sound overly appealing. Thank you, Emma, for the link to Conspiracy Music Studios channel. You are a champion and a credit to the species as usual. Fletcher Boy, we'll release our proof soon. Is the same thing as free beer tomorrow? Yes, it is. Conspiracy Music Studio says, for some reason, there's no good flat earth evidence. There's only lies and misunderstandings. Wonder why that is. Me too. Hence the importance of WITS fully mapped out, totally working, bro. Humbly. Trust me. Celestial navigation for flat earth. You mean Stephen McKeegan from the Canadian Space Agency? That might be him. Scum sounds so natural speaking the dumbest things. Remember that song, I've Done All the Dumb Things? I do remember that song. It's a great song, Copium Emporium, but it's too good for Scum, and I won't associate that piece of crap with Paul Kelly. That's not cool. I also want the money in trip to Antarctica, but cannot lower my IQ enough to pretend to be Roger. I mean, I could definitely lower my IQ enough, but I have some self-respect. DP Bunch, change the name to Roger Ledwell. You can change it back when you return. No, because then you're guilty by association. I just, yuck. Even the thought of it has got, you get that weird tickle in the back of your throat where you like want to burp and vomit at the same time. That's what that thought does to me. Yuck. Davids has gifted 5 Depunkerships to La Community, who received them. Sundado received a membership. Paul Mackay received a membership, which sounds like Paul Kelly, but isn't. Sully received a membership. Rico Magic received a membership. And R3051 also received a gifted membership, courtesy of Davids. If any of you are here, thank Davids for your gifted membership. And if you're not here, you can thank him in the comments. And if you're regretting your life choices, having ever checked out the channel and wondering, why the fuck am I getting a gifted membership to this dipshit? I think you can decline it or something. It's totally fine. And then Divis can have some money back, which is great. What you're seeing on your stream, ladies and gentlemen, is a live 4K stream. It's not live at the moment. It's a replay because they do lose signal occasionally. It's a live stream of Earth by a company called SEN or SEN. They have multiple cameras mounted on the International Space Station. 2 of them are on one of the modules, and I want to say the Russian modules, but I could be wrong. I read about it this afternoon and I can't remember. And one of them is right up near the docking port where like Soyuz and Crew Dragon and everything else docks. But this is always running. Always. So even when they lose signal, they just replay some of the footage from earlier that day. And it's super fucking cool. Like, that's Earth. But they've also got multiple angles. So they have this angle looking straight down at the planet from the ISS. They have another one that is horizon cam. I have contacted them. I've reached out just to ask, hey, what sort of cameras are you guys using? Because I'm pretty sure they're fisheye lenses, which is annoying. It would have been nice if they were rectilinear lenses or something like that, so they were, you know, nice and flat. But the horizon camera is awesome because you would have seen it a minute ago. You get the Crew Dragon off to the side that's there hanging out, and just the Earth, curve of the Earth. It is fucking cool. And when it is live, they tell you what you're looking at, more or less. They're like, right now you're over the Indian Ocean, we're heading to the South Pacific. Yeah, super awesome. Emma has just gifted 15 Depunker ships. Emma, don't make yourself homeless. Don't, because it's going to be really expensive to fly you to Australia to have you live here if you can't make it. Those memberships, the first 5 went to Mike Cook, Tariana, John Mackman, Dr. S, and James Levell. And then the next 10 went to Longbow 73, Gibbo, Anthony Kelly, Patton Decay, Lifington, Stephen Lang, and that was all. So I think we're out of people to gift memberships to at this point who have it turned on because it stopped short. But thank you, Emma, for once again being awesome and giving gifty poos to your happy fellow Zoo Cruisins. Zoo Cruisins? That's not a thing. Zoo Crew people. That'll do. Debatable D says, I can't get a membership gifted to me. I can't seem to get it activated on YouTube U. And F-Grood, because as we all know, where is it? There we go. Click on it. Just a little message for F-Grood there, who also can't get a membership. And we know why. And that's what we think of that. So, yes, Curious UK Debunks, you did get a gifted membership this evening. And it was awesome. Welcome to the Zoo Crew. Good to have you with us. According to the YouTube rules, Dippy needs to stream for the next 10 hours, I think. No, wrong stream, Joe Black. Wrong stream. That's Mike's thing. It's Mike's thing. I'm a slave to all of you in a different way. Yeah, at least FTFE gets naked to it. I mean, I get naked. I just don't do it on the internet anymore. I was young and I needed the money. Unfornicated is here. What's shaking besides my nards? Not too much. I'm getting a little bit. There's the view. Ah, here you go. That's live. Sun will set in 21 minutes. There's your dragon capsule. There you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Earth. And this is just there, 24/7. You look at it whenever you want. 1080p if you want, not a problem. 4K, which this is in, hell yeah. It's not going to be 4K on your screen because my thing is going to balk it down to 1080p because that's the max I can stream at because my hardware sucks ass. But come on. Come on. And if you know, or you like recognizing landmarks and all that sort of stuff when you're seeing cloud formations, you can cross-check that with weather data and confirm that what you're seeing on this stream is legit. So if there's things like wildfires, you can check that out. If there's, I don't know, big storms happening over Europe, when this thing's over Europe, you can see it. I say this thing, the International Space Station, which is real and actually exists. And if you're asking, where are all the stars? This thing's fucking bright. But yeah, so this is the one that's up near the docking port, which is awesome. And then the other views are like straight down at Earth. It is rad. Emma's tried to gift another 10 Depunker ships, and they have gone absolutely nowhere. So the good news is, Emma, you're not out of pocket. I think we're just out of people to gift to. It's happened before. It has happened before. very early on. And we've reached that point where there's just no point, or people have like received one and then breaking it off again. Professor Phil Bell is back. Welcome, sir. We are just checking out Earth live from the International Space Station, courtesy of the cameras provided by SEN. We're streaming live in 4K, and it's pretty sweet. Coping Emporium says Himawari 8 over AU matched up with Cyclone Alfred when it came into Brisbane. Aren't they up to Himawari 9 now? They've got Himawari 9 as well, I'm pretty sure. DP, you can receive a membership even if not in the chat. Yes, you can, Andy, but you can only receive a membership if you have it like enabled. And it could be that people who've received a giftie in the past didn't want it, which has happened because I've noticed numbers going down. And then maybe they just deactivated or blocked me or something. I don't know. I don't fully know how it works. It's like the stupid leaderboard thing. Nobody knows how that thing works. It's dumb. Everyone who has gifting turn on has got one. F Career, I'll check those settings again. Yep. So funny. Debatable Z says, I thought that'd change. I'll look into it. Made the mistake of making a main account that is a dummy, and this was my main Flat Earth community account. Oh, well, my bad. It sucks, man. Sorry. Angry Penguin's not subscribed. You son of a bitch, Penguin. This is why you deserve to be sandwich meat. Jeez. You recruit. Nicely done. Joe Black. Where are we? 21 minutes from sunset, which isn't really sunset because ISS is orbiting Earth, so it's heading for the dark side. Later, Curious UK Bunks. Thanks for hanging out. Congrats again on your depunkership, sir. I will catch you probably in your next stream. Unless I'm doing other stuff, and then I won't be there. But don't take it personally. Just means I hate you. No, it doesn't. I'm kidding. Oh, penguin brekkie sandwich. Oh, penguin with like a fried egg and some penguin bacon. How would you make penguin bacon? I guess you just got to slice it thin. It'd be like prosciutto. Penguin prosciutto. Don't know. How's it go with coffee? Everything goes with coffee. It's fine. Have you ever seen Ratsoid's 1 + 1 = 1 maths debunk? No, it sounds very Terrence Howard-y. And like I would put something through my computer monitor if I watched too much of that. Yikes. Conspiracy Music Studios is asking Andrew Johnson. So pretty much the only thing that stops Roger in getting the money from Aaron is his inability to actually do a continuous 24-hour video. Yeah. I mean, if Roger had any brains, which he doesn't, he'd be reaching out to someone like, I don't know, MC Toon or Dave McKeegan or Will Duffy or even Jaren, even though they're all the enemy because they all went to Antarctica and did what he needs to do. And if he was actually legit going to Antarctica to film that and bring back some evidence, or to try to bring back some evidence, I don't think there's anybody in this community who would turn around and say, fuck you, if he asked for help. I think everyone would be like, yeah, you want to do it? This is what you need. And this is how prepared you need to be. You need this many batteries, you need this many things, and blah, 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 blah. Like, people would actually help engage in that process because we all want flatties to do some goddamn science because I might learn something. So, yeah. Instead, he'll ask Ratsoid for advice, as Conspiracy Music Studio says, and the advice will be like, oh, just use your mobile phone and film it on that, but make sure it's set to 240p and save it all as individual JPEG files and then upload them to your Google Drive in a compressed format, like more compressed to save file space. And then when you download them and upload them to YouTube, they will compress more. And then we'll zoom in on them so we can call them all fake. That is how that will work. And you've got to do all of that with the South African accent to make sure you get diplomatic immunity. Which sauce on the sandwich, red or brown? You know, I'm thinking with penguin sandwich, big fish, maybe a béarnaise could be a go. Nice little béarnaise. Maybe some Dijon mustard. Maybe. Yeah. A bechamel, maybe. Penguin lasagna with some bechamel sauce. Professor Phil Bell confirms that I'm a genius. Himawari 9 is the main observation satellite in geostationary orbit. Himawari 8 is now the backup satellite, very close by. Ah, Himawari 8 got a little friend. I like to think they're holding hands up there. Just two little Himawaris hanging out in orbit, looking at Earth, making sure we're all okay. Brings joy to my heart. Also, Professor Phil Bell, I might jump back to it. We were checking out the first images from Vera C. Rubin Observatory that were released like a couple of hours ago, and they are mind-bogglingly awesome. I was losing my mind. They were so cool. I'll bring them up again if you haven't seen them already. Just enabled gifting on one of my socks. Nothing. Phew, YouTube. Even normal science bit. Any science illusion. Any science. 4K. Yes, his videos are awesome. Also, no funny boot stuff to keep batteries warm. You have to do the boot thing. But again, if he asked the question, that could all be explained, and he could be reassured that it doesn't make him a Freemason. A Freemason or a Freemason. If he wants to be a Freemason, that's fine. I'm a Freemason. You can judge me for that? For my masonry cow beliefs? How dare you? Don't be racist. Have a short about flat soils debunk. Shoot me a link. Debatable D. Shoot me a link. Right. That's enough of them. Let's go back to this. Professor Phil Bell, if you're there. Oh my goodness. Are you in for a treat? Let's open all of these up in a new window. Or a new tab, at least, because they're so much better. Oh, so cool. That's the observatory. That's not how the sky actually looks, by the way. Those, my friends, are star trails. Look at that. Oh, no. Right. Boom. So awesome. So that one, I just need to refresh my memories. I said memories. That's funny. The Trifid Nebula, right here. Look at the cloud. So we were talking about it before. This one is like 687 stacked images from a 7-hour exposure. So the pink they usually get, but all this like orangey dust. They're just like, we've never seen anything like this before. It's amazing. There's your... Is that the Trifid again? The little one? Yeah, that's the Trifid Nebula. And the Lagoon Nebula is the big one, which you probably know. But that's the Trifid Nebula up close. This like tendrily thing out here. Looks like a hand reaching out. Super cool. This little splash of dust. Oh, so good. And there's some more of your lagoonies over here. More of the darkness. So rad. And then this one is just ridiculous. So was this... I've lost my reference page. Anyway, this is just like Galaxy Central over here. It's nuts. We go cruising on down. Galaxy. Like pretty much all of these dots are galaxies. And like they're not going to be getting justice done on this screen in any way, shape or form. If I make it full screen. Actually, I can probably make it even bigger. Hang on. There we go. So it's a little bit cut off because we got the chat there. You lot are in the way. That's a bit better. This guy here. Oh, where'd he go? Come back. Come back, little friend. There he is. Professor Bill Bell says, Amazing. Imagine being a dumb flat earther and not being able to enjoy this awesome spectacle for what it is. So sad. That is like exactly what I said an hour and a half ago. So, oh, I feel so vindicated. I can scroll across a little bit. Like, it just keeps going. It's like cigar galaxies and spirals and this is nuts. And they're taking these pictures every night, not yet, but soon, every night for 10 years. So if any of these dots, any of these stars, galaxies, whatever, change in the next 10 years, we're going to know about it because we can just compare image from one day to the next for the same patch of sky and go, oh, there's a comet. Zoom in there. Look, well, like, what's this here? This little guy turning the corner. No idea. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. What could it be? Look at this line of stuff. Are they stars? Are they galaxies? Are they friggin' elephants? No idea. But we're going to find out. We've got 10 years to find out. Come the hell on, kids. Oh, God damn it. Now I've got to remember how to... broken. Aha! Aha! Yeah, I remembered how to get out of full screen. Then we've got this guy, who, again, is super mega awesome. These are the three dudes linked up over that side. Just super cool. Why are you... You're supposed to be hidden. Little tasky bar. Oh, this was the two again. What's going on? Fine, we'll go full screen. There we go. That's why we couldn't see it. What are the two booby galaxies? Just some bubes. Look how cool. And then these guys up here. 1, 2. Actually, there's like 2 cores there. So there's like 1, 2, 3, and then that's got like this little halo-y thing going on here. Look at that. With the hole in the middle. Like, what is that? Is that a black hole? Is that the center of the galaxy? Is it something exploding? And then this has got like 2. Is it an artifact or is that legit? Are they like these 2 galaxies colliding? I don't know. I don't know. But we're going to find out. I'm not going to find out. I'm not smart enough to figure this stuff out. Or maybe I did. Maybe I'm the first person to notice. Maybe I just discovered twin galaxies. I shall name them Ralph. Ralph 1 and Ralph 2. Here they are. This is a better one. This guy's going to be huge. Yeah, see? I'm still not sure. Still not sure. But again, we've got like swirly swirls over here. Check it out. It's where Michelangelo built paint on the firmament I was painting. Ah. Okay, that makes heaps more sense. So we've got this swirly and then all this dusty stuff connecting it to this swirly. And you can see they're connected. Like swirly swirl, swirly swirl. And then this is reaching out and giving this guy a little cuddle over here. And yeah, look. It's like 2 eye holes. Hello. That's so cool. I don't know what they are. But I want to know what they are. I need smart people to figure it out. And this guy is awesome. This little swirly swirl over here. Oh. Oh. Like a kid in a super nerdy candy store. I mean, they're probably not the same thing. It's probably just one thing. Who the hell knows? But it's wicked. And the fact that reading that article earlier, even like the astrophysicists and astronomers were like, I've never seen anything like this before. Makes me feel better about having no fucking clue what I'm looking at. Because even the people who are doing this for a living are just like, this is new to me and it's awesome. I agree. Oh, this one, super cool too. With the 3 there right in the middle. Ah. This guy up here. Dude over here. Are we like, at the same time, you're seeing all this amazing stuff. Like, you're literally looking back in time. because it takes light time to travel. So we are legit seeing things we've never seen before. Can't beat this. You just can't beat it. And flatties suck. I would hate to be them. Meanwhile, we're still getting a replay of Earth from the ISS. So we're just surrounded by awesome stuff. And again, this thing, if they're like, oh, nice cartoon, bro, it's fake CGI. Like, figure out where on Earth the ISS is when you're looking at these images and compare it to weather reports. Or if you know it's passing over where you live and you know there's like a huge bank of clouds over where you live, you can look out the window, confirm that's there, and then check this footage and be like, oh shit, there's clouds over my house. Maybe it's legit. What, you think NASA like, oh, we're going to hack this thing because somebody's looking it up online, so we're just going to put a cloud over, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe they are. Also, this, not run by NASA. SEN, or SEN, whatever you want to call them, are a private company. They sent their stuff up, got installed on the ISS, they run the show. Not NASA. Deal with that. I don't know where we are here. I don't know what it is, but it looks deserty. It's very coastal. And it's awesome. Look at it. There's nothing there. And you can make out cities and stuff from these views too. It's super cool. Even like larger towns do show up. And structures and like airports and everything. This live stream, let me just I'll grab the link because I've got a chat and I can do that sort of thing. I've had this running all day today because it's been blowing my mind. Like I've been working and I have all my work stuff on this monitor that I'm driving the stream on, and then on my spare monitor, I've just had this full screen running all day. So it does like cut out because of signal loss and everything else. But yeah, it's wicked cool. And I wanted to share it with everybody. Again, I did put it in the Discord, but I wanted to show it on stream as well. Goodness me. Right, folks. I'm reminding myself right now that I'm about 2 months behind getting an email to Professor Phil Bell about doing something together. I believe the idea, sir, was looking into what it takes to be a flat earther. And I think now with Vera Rubin coming online very soon, it's a pretty apt time to be looking into that. So I'm going to send you an email tomorrow when I finish work or before work, probably before work tomorrow, because I'm not getting up at 5:30 in the morning to stream tomorrow. But I'm going to go up to the girlfriend's place tomorrow night, so I won't get a chance. So tomorrow morning, I will send you an email. Where is the ice wall? It's somewhere in the back. F. Grood has got himself a membership. He's had to fork out hard-earned cash. Oh, you've ruined the joke for everyone, F. Grood. All right. This is no more. And I can't click on the thing. Change it. To that. F. Grood has become a debunker at long last. Thank you, F. Grood or Fgrood. Yeah, you should be sorry. You ruined the joke. I should have left it as it was, you jerk. It's only cheating if you get caught, Big Fish. Unfortunately, he was caught because he did it like in front of everybody. We were all paying attention. Yes, but Emma, was it good for you? That ain't right. So anyway, that's what Earth looks like from space, kind of. You know what's weird? It does look pretty similar to the polar mission thingy. Oh my god, I forgot what it was called, and I was super pumped for it. You know the one, but that's like what their view of Earth was through the cupola on the Dragon capsule when they were looking at Earth. So, not for nothing. I'm just saying there is a little bit of consistency there. Weird how that works. They must all be using the same Unreal Engine templates or something. Conspiracy Music Studio, did you pick a video for me to play to go out on, or are you just like stuff them? Cool. If you say stuff them, I'll just play one of mine. But I want to play one of yours. Or do I just pick one? You know what? I know Toon plays it all the time. Oh, we've got it there. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Copy link address. Let me just whack that straight in. By the way, everybody, don't forget to Polaris Dawn. Thank you, Unforticated. Thank you. No. Polaris Dawn was the spacewalk mission. Because there was Inspiration, and that had the cupola, and then Polaris Dawn was the first Polaris mission, which had Jared Isaacman doing the spacewalk, testing the SpaceX suits with the tether, where they didn't let go of the ship or anything, but they were out in vacuum in spacesuits, which was awesome, and they vented the Dragon capsule while they were up there. And it's really annoying me. SpaceX Polar Mission. Frame 2. Frame 2. That's what it was. Frame 2. But thank you, Unforticated, because Polaris Dawn gave me enough of a push to get there, so I appreciate it. Same skybox asset that they all share between themselves and their scientists and their artists and their 3D modelers and their animators and their compositors that no one has leaked. Exactly. Debatable D. However, oddly enough, if you play Space Engineers, you can get all those assets and put them into your game. It'll just break your multiplayer saves. That's it. You know what? Space Engineers, as janky and dumb as it is, will be pretty fun to play with you lot at some point. Because of like the physics involved and everything else. Like it's not exact. It's not even as detailed as Kerbal Space Program, but the physics of motion and like you can get the mods and everything to simulate re-entry and all that sort of stuff, and gravity. Doing a network game with a bunch of you lot would be nuts and funny as hell. Oh look, the capsule's running away. Oh my god, it wasn't supposed to. No, come back, little capsule. It's cool. It's just a replay. It's fine. Look at it go. Bye-bye. That must be Orion? Is that Orion? Has to be Orion, surely. See that? All right. I've got Space Engineers. I haven't done an update for a long time. And I suck at it. But even just like a bunch of us running around trying to figure out how to play it would be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Cool. Conspiracy music, yes. But how come those both are traveling 1,000 kilometers an hour and it looks like they're barely moving? Yep. Ask a grown-up. Ask a grown-up. And please don't play with scissors. Look. Ah, it moved. Ah, there was like a city thing. Look at it. I'm pretty sure like that's like city building stuff there that you can see from space. Oh, I love it. I'm not interested in Space Engineers 2, F-Guru, because they're bringing that out before like Space Engineers 1 was ever anywhere near a finished product. Seriously. It is fun though. I just like zipping around with rocket packs and stuff. Again, town, city, something, buildings. Right, secret government installation of fake Antarctica trips over here. I mean, airport. All right, I got to stop geeking out and we're going to wrap up the stream because I got to go to bed. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you to Emma and Tori Hanzo, a Monkey Cat Pat Pat, and Davids and F Guru for gifted memberships and re-upping memberships. And if you're F Guru, gaming the system and purchasing memberships, it is greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoy using and abusing all your beautiful new emotes, which is pretty much the only perk you get as Debunker, and there's like 2 members only videos that are now completely irrelevant because they were kind of a moment in time thing, but you can check them out now. Fill your boots. I am going to get out of here, right? Oh, Emma, love you too. Always fun to stream. I got nothing else to say. I'm going to log off. I'm going to nerd out over Vera Rubin stuff. I'm going to have a little bit of a drink, get in my PJs, hop into bed, sleep for a few hours, get up at 1 a.m. to watch the live stream for the Vera C. Rubin telescope. I don't have a link, or I'll drop it in the chat. I'll find it and I'll do a community post when I get up to watch it. Assuming I do, I may sleep through and then I'll check it out in the morning. But more telescopy stuff. Super cool. I've got the song queued up. I thought I did, from Conspiracy Music Studios. Did I? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Nice one. Well chosen, sir. Well selected. Boss selector. Right. I am going to get out of here. Still working on redoing. Oh, God damn it. There we go. Still working on revising the outro. I don't want to do the can't be good, don't get caught anymore, because we've been tackling a lot of scammers and it doesn't sit right with me. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, for now, thank you all again. Professor Phil Bell, I will be sending you an email. Dan, I'll be checking my Discord later, probably tomorrow morning at this point, and doing all the other stuff. Timo Lynch, who was here, I don't know if he's still here. I'll be shooting you a message. I've got so much shit to do and not enough hours in the day. But until next time, ladies and germs, I shall see you next time. Be excellent to each other. And for the love of God, as I always say, please don't kill yourselves and enjoy this masterpiece from Conspiracy Music Studios on the way out. Love you. Bye.
Yo, Flares! Good to see you all. Thank you for coming.
What do you mean there's no audio?
I'm glad you could make it.
What are you
Hit
talking
the
about?
likes and share the show. It really does help.
How was there no audio? It was playing before.
It's been explained many times. How many times do I need to repeat myself? Thank you for making my point. So same system.
Are you getting audio now? What the fuck is going on? Right. Here we go. I'm going back. I'm going to push play. And then I'm not going to touch it. Okay. That's the delay I was getting on my end before CMS. So I don't know what's going on.
Not Earth curve then.
All right. Again, I'm just going to hit play. I'm going to leave it. And then we go from there. Once again. Bye all.
Yo, Flares! Good to see you
Audio
all.
just started for me.
Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it. Hit the likes and share the show. It really does help. It's been explained many times. let me put it this way. How should I put it? He is totally contradicting himself. That's a calculation, not a measurement. I literally showed you. It's very simple, guys. Shape isn't science. Whoops! Just to let you know, last time I checked, it's optical, not physical. Just talk in circles, round and round. Big words, no sense, just wear them down. Say they prove themselves wrong. Double down, then spin it around. Double down, then spin it around. Always double down, then spin it around. That's my whole point. How did you vary gravity? It's optically diverging, but physically converging. By the way, so in other words, that's not an experiment. What you have is a category error. You need to provide an actual scientific hypothesis. It's correlation, not causation, guys. Gravity has never been put through the scientific method. Archimedes' principle came 1,900 years before gravity was postulated. Just talk in circles, round and round. Big words, no sense, just wear them down. Say they prove themselves wrong. Double down, then spin it around. Double down, then spin it around. Always double down, then spin it around. That's my whole point. By the way, so in other words, double down, then go round all day. Double down, then spin it around. Double down, then spin it.
I'm a disgusting person. Everything that I say is a complete lie.
It's time to be awful. We spread lies and say things that are probably unlawful. Come and be gross with Flatoid and Friends. Flatoid and Friends, you crossed the line. Talking filth about Elizabeth like it's just fine. You call her names, you vile clown. Try to tear her apart to drag her down. Rebel scum, BJ2. With Flatoids, crap-tastic, these jerks just spew. Fireflies, they're sexist too. These horrible folks are Flatoid and Friends. They aren't clever or brave, they're cruel and obscene. They're full of venom, their minds aren't clean. Man of God, no, just full of hate. Circle jerking cowards, Flatoid and Friends. We're all lying liars who lie here, and we are disgusting humans. Report us now.
I insult women because I have a tiny micro penis.